so today I want to talk to you guys about one of my favorite things that we do here at the Pig, and that's we make fresh pasta. Now, not a lot of people do it. I find it's awesome. It makes a fantastic product when it's finished. It does take a lot of equipment to do it, but you can have all this equipment to do this, but you really got to start with what I feel is one of the most important aspects, and that's the flour that you use. So this is an imported Italian semolina. It's double milled, or what some people call a double oat flour. What that means is it's milled once and it's milled again. So it does get a little bit of a finer texture, not quite as fine as like your all-purpose flour would be. But really what's most important about this is that it's not enriched. Now we don't need to go into that whole aspect of enriched, but this has no folic acid in it. Folic acid is a big thing, please look that up. So this is just pure semolina flour. So all that goes into this is semolina flour, warm water, and a little bit of egg, and that's it. And then the magic happens with the actual extruder, which is the machine that'll bolt onto this, and we'll do that in here for you in just a minute. But here's how we start. So you've got what this is called a planetary mixer. This one's I think it's a 3rd horsepower, so it's got a lot of power to it. And what that means is it'll translate later into the pasta extruder, which is what actually makes the pasta for us. You need all that power to get that really dense texture to give it that nice snap that you expect when you cook something al dente when it comes to pasta. So the first thing we want to do is obviously we want to secure the bowl. This is just your standard paddle mixer. Now granted, this is not something that you can get at home. You might have it at home. I don't, have it at the restaurant. So the recipe goes, it's 3 to 1. So that's 1.5. That would be 2. All right, so there's our 3. Now, this is not cups. This is what we call a deli, which is actually 32 ounces. So now what we do is we turn the mixer on, make sure that it's on low, as you can see, and we just slowly add the water to it. Now, this is not hot water, this is warm water. Because we're putting eggs in it, hot water would not be a good thing at all, especially with your eggs. So you have to add it slowly. You can't just dump it in. You've got to make sure that it mixes thoroughly. So what I like to do is leave a little bit left, and then we'll add our egg to that. Now this is 2 eggs. We're just going to do a basic pasta dough for you today. Now we wait. So this is the texture that you want. I know it doesn't look like it's going to stick together, but what I like to do, this has been after it's been mixed for 12 minutes. So let's just kind of go through and break up some of the bigger bits. But if you take this, it looks like it's dry, right? But if you take it and you squeeze it, see how that starts to stick together? So imagine the amount of force that this is going to push into this to turn it into pasta. So, but this is the consistency you want. This is exactly what I look for when I'm making pasta, especially for making the noodle that we're making, which is a campanile. So this is one of the loves of my life. I bought this thing, I think I looked at the receipt, it was 10 years ago, this month as a matter of fact. But that's just how durable it is, and that's how special it is to me. So you can't really get these anymore. They're kind of they used to be somewhat of a stock shelf item, but now they're completely special order from Italy. But the way that it works, and it weighs, this thing probably weighs about 15 to maybe 17 pounds, something like that. But it goes inserted on your planetary mixer like so. And then we gotta find there it is. And then once that happens, you'll see that this little piece here engages. So now that we have that, we will then all right, now that we've rested our dough, we're gonna get started with the process. So all this has to be, you force it through the extruder, and everything has to be cut by hand. That's why it takes time, but there's a reason. You'll see with the finished product. So we add a little bit of our dough. We'll go ahead and fill up this auger here. And I don't like to overload it because we need to give it an opportunity to feed it down into it, the actual machine itself, and if it's overloaded, it tends to stall it out. So usually I'll do about 3, maybe 4 handfuls to get it started. And as you can see, it makes a fabulous mess. Oh, see how that's a little fast? We like that. Okay, so we'll take and cut these first dregs off. See, once it starts, you gotta keep up with it. The finished product that we have, you know, for one, it's really cool. It's really pretty. This particular one has like a funnel style, so it'll actually collect the sauce down the center of the pasta itself, and then it's got these little frills that will also grab it as well. So pasta, the art of pasta is an amazing thing to research. I highly recommend it for everybody because pastas are designed to do different things. Grab sauces, let sauces slide off, that type of stuff. So, but what makes this pasta extruder super special is it's the amount of force that we're forcing this pasta dough through this little tiny opening in this die. And what that's doing is that this incredible amount of pressure and force is smashing all these ingredients together and compressing them so they have this nice dense texture and making sure that everything is glued or stuck together. And why is that important? Well, the more pressure from like a high pressure system like this you have, the better you're gonna get that al dente style finished product that you're looking for. So what's the best part about making fresh pasta is eating the finished product. This is absolutely fantastic. We do a little bit of a goat cheese emulsion. There's a little bit of truffle, there's some spring pea, and then really I guess the giant cherry on top is our house-made fried chicken that's right on top of that. This is gonna be one of the dishes that we're featuring for our lunch pasta, as well as we also have a house-made spaghetti, same process that you saw earlier, but this is made with our bolognese. And both of these dishes are absolutely fantastic. If you have any idea what fresh pasta is all about, you'll come in, you'll enjoy this, and you'll love it because we do it right here. And you saw the whole process, and we do that with all of our pastas. And this is just a few things that we do. Like one of my other favorites that we do a pappardelle. We try to mix things up a little bit to keep you all interested, but this just happens to be the two that we're featuring today. And I'm telling you, if you've never had fresh pasta before, come give us a shot because I guarantee you we do it right.